creativity. We get free, be me, work it effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Give, live, and love. In a God gonna dig big and trust. In a God gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. To the garden. Love is always what it's about. But here we create, elevate, and celebrate. Yes, all the eights. We ate it. Welcome to the Garden of Good in my beloved hometown based in Asheville, North Carolina. I have just driven 10 hours to be with you from my home computer from Florida, and I'm so excited to get wild. I have all of my sparkles on so I can be wild and free with you tonight. I do want to read this before we go any further because tonight we are on the cusp of a very full moon. And so I just looked up what did that mean. And it says here, the upcoming full moon in Taurus is a cosmic invitation to come home to yourself. I mean, I'm doing the show about the dollhouse, coming home to yourself. I'm like, really? Really? We got light popping up in Warwick, Rhode Island. In a world that constantly pushes you to move faster, achieve more, and look outside yourself for validation, this full moon takes your hand and leads you back to what truly matters. People are popping in. Hold on here. What truly matters, which I got to take these glasses off to read it. I'm going to go back. Welcome, Cindy. Welcome, Christy. We are here on a full moon. Cindy, since she's last been here, has traveled the world, so I can't wait to hear about that. Okay. The upcoming full moon in Taurus is a cosmic invitation to come home to yourself. In a world that constantly pushes you to move faster, achieve more, and look outside yourself for validation, this full moon takes your hand and leads you back to what truly matters, the simple yet sacred act of being present in your life. This is also a super full moon, which confronts you with your own power. Her increased brightness illuminates not just the night sky, but also the shadows within you, revealing what needs to be seen, felt, and ultimately released. This is a time when what you've been working toward suddenly clicks into place and events seem to conspire in your favor. I feel that right now. I feel that, and I can't wait to share more about that. But first, we like to check in from where we are. We've got my partner over there in Asheville. We got Jeannie in Arizona. We've got Christy in Pittsburgh. I like to do my little light dance. It makes me feel happy. We've got Julie down in India, Atlantic, Florida. We've got Mills River right up the street from me. Hello, hello. Get wild and free. Listen, tonight we're talking about wildness. So if you don't want to act wild tonight, this is your invitation to spread the light all over like the wild child you are. Okay? All right. Before we get into our own stories, let us first just remember what we're doing here. This is week 42, which means technically we only have 10 weeks left, right? 52 weeks in a year. But I'm sure we're going to go a little bit longer than that because I've kind of not done it correctly. However, I'm amazed. 42 weeks, y'all. 42 weeks, right? Of this insanity. Tonight is wildness. That's the topic. I'm just going by this book. This book called Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity. Get it on Amazon today. And Heart, Mind, Body, Soul. We're in the Soul Quarter. And each quarter, we have been invited to pick a root and a fruit, an inner goal and an outer goal. My roots and fruits have gotten fuzzier as we've gone along, which is good to note and notice. in my journey. I'd love to hear the journey that you have had with the roots and fruits as we get here to the end of this year together. It's pretty crazy. Okay. And yes, always remembering to be kind. Kindness first tonight to yourself, to each other. This is such a safe, happy, sweet space. Haven't we created such a safe, sweet, kind space on Tuesday nights? Gosh, I mean it's just love. It's pure fucking love. So just open you to find that joy space. Everything is the gardener's choice. You get to choose what you want to do, what you don't want to do. You want to sing, you don't, it's okay. Your camera is completely optional and everything is confidential. I'm going to invite us to sing because I feel like when we're talking about wildness, this is a perfect opportunity for me to sing a really simple chant, and then you can do whatever you want. Like, I'll give you all kinds of like ideas about what you can do. But like my little root is going to be something like this. Wild, wild, wild and free. It's so easy, right? Wild, wild, wild and free. You could do wild, 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 and free, 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 free. You could do wild and free. You could do I'm a wild and free. I'm wild, wild, wild. I'm wild, wild, wild and free, free, wild, wild and free, 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 wild, wild, wild and free. I see y'all jamming out. I do. I see it. Wild, wild, wild and free. Breathing deeply to trigger that system. Wild, wild, wild and free. A calm nervous system. Wild, wild, wild and free. Imagine yourself running out in a field. Wild, wild, wild and free. And your hips don't hurt and your knees don't hurt. Nothing hurts. Your lower back doesn't hurt. You feel good. Wild, wild, wild and free. Everything feels good. The sun is shining. Wild, wild, wild and free. Let's say I am wild and free. I am wild and free. I am wild and free. Yes. Amen, amen, amen. A quick opening prayer. There is only one power, one presence, one energy, one life expressing as all the individuations here tonight. And I know that this garden is wild and free, and every one of us experiences exactly what we need. We hear what we need to hear. We doodle what we need to doodle. We write what we need to write in order to facilitate more goodness in our life, which not only transforms our lives, but ripples out into our relationships, our family, our friends, our lives, our creative expression. I release my word as law, knowing it is done, and so it mother father is. Now I know we are at the beginning of fall. We're even close to winter, I think. We just, we changed the clock. We've done all this stuff. But this being, of course, this wildness being the, topic, of course, I had to invite someone to read the Mary Oliver poem, which is actually called Into Summer. But I kind of thought, how wild is it that on Wildness, we are going to have a summer night in the middle of fall? And I just love that. So take it away.
Hello. So it's called The Summer Day.
Did I say summer nights? Sorry about that.
We could sing that next.
Welcome, Laurette. I don't know who that is. I think it must be Loretta.
Oh, yeah, it must be. Okay. The Summer Day. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
A classic. Tell me. Tell me, tell me. Yeah, let's give some hearts. I like those little reactions. Tell me, tell me. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Let's talk about it. Okay. And we are going to have a moment where I tell you about my ideas. What's been going on in my life? I'll tell you about my roots and fruits. Roots and fruits. That's all for your amusement, by the way. This is my brother and my mother, and they were at my show this weekend, Ministar. I performed my show in Florida for the fourth time. That is my big update of the week. Again, I have to, every time I do it, I have to thank my Garden of Good because the show was born in and by and of the Garden of Good, in and of and by this space where I felt strong enough to take a dollhouse and start playing with it. And from that came this show, which I'm still making sense of. It was a wonderful show. My mother and my brother loved it, you guys. They both cried. Wasn't a dry eye in the house. It was a sweet, sweet night. It's coming along. I realized I got reignited for my show this weekend because the next show is New York, November 22nd, New York City. I am expecting a few of you to surprise me and show up. And I am excited again about the show. I was sort of losing steam. I was feeling like I didn't feel like looking at my script. I didn't feel like, practicing. And this time I was able to really come away and say, I see where it needs work. And that's exciting because there's work to be done. So that's my update. And I'm going to take myself off spotlight. We're going to make a wild card. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're going to do with this wild card, but basically I'll show you the one that I made first. I made one that I want you to think of a phrase or something. I know this is it's like kind of a cliche, but I loved it because I'm a moon child. It's a full moon tonight. I'm a Cancer. I picked Stay Wild Moon Child. So what I want you to do to start with this doodle is I want you to write something about wildness on the cover of your card. Now I want you to imagine that this card, this wild card, is something that you're going to send to yourself from your highest, wildest self. So what would your highest, wildest self have on the cover of their card? I had Stay Wild Moon Child. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to start from scratch here, and I'm going to tell you what to do while usually I give you something to do while I give you a little talk. So for this, I picked for my second card to do with you this kind of wild print. So if you have any prints or if you have any wild paper, I'm going to say get wild. I guess it should have been go wild, but get wild. All right. So the idea is that you put something about wildness on the front, like it's a card. And then you're going to, as I give my talk, you're going to sort of surround the words with different colors of thinking of it as like a reverberation around the words, right? So you'll see on my original one, like I kind of let it be a little bit wild. And then I added some stars, I added a sun, I added some wildflowers. I basically want you to just sort of doodle around your wildness. And this is from your highest, wildest self. So not like the wild self that would like make crazy negative decisions. Not the one that would just like run away and do crazy, smoke some crazy drugs or something. The wild part of you that would, get on a cruise to Greece, that would take advanced consciousness, that would, the highest part of you. And as you begin to work on that, I will give you a teeny tiny talk called Wild and Free. Wild and Free. I just love that. I think it's Thoreau that says all good things are wild and free. Don't you think so? Don't you really think so? Like, who wants to be so buttoned up? Who wants to be so, like, life is wild. Life is crazy. Like, why not just sort of let go a little bit? So tonight we're in this realm of wildness, and I kind of like that it's a full moon in Taurus too, because we're not, like I said, we're not wild and crazy. We're wild and free, which means that we're making choices that make us feel more alive, not less alive, more alive. Yes? So as we enter this time together of wildness, and as we're hanging out in this concept of wild, this word wild, I got to ask you, like, what does it mean to be wild? And I'm going to start with a basic definition. The adjective wild is defined as living or growing in the natural environment, not domesticated or cultivated, uncontrolled or unrestrained, especially in pursuit of pleasure. I mean, don't you just love that definition? And that's really what we're working with tonight. So when we're saying wild and we're saying stay wild, we're not saying become chaotic or harmful. We're saying return to your natural, untamed essence. Return to your natural, untamed essence. The part of you that existed before you learned about rules. The part of you that danced in the rain, that sang out of tune, that wild creature that you are, okay? In the animal kingdom, the word wild implies freedom, right? Wild animals don't ask permission to be who they are. A tiger doesn't tone it down. A hummingbird doesn't wonder if it's too much. A wolf howls without waiting for applause. The wild trusts its instincts. And the good news is that we are wild animals too. We are wild animals. We're born of the earth. We're not separate from it. There's no part of nature that's not also in us. Our breath is shared with the trees. Our bodies are made of the same carbon and stars that stars are made of. And our minds, those brilliant, buzzing brains, are the most complex, chaotic systems in the universe, which brings me to a beautiful scientific truth, which is that wildness equals creativity. Wildness equals creativity. Enter the chaos theory. In science, we know about the chaos theory. It tells us that things appear random, but actually they're governed by deeper patterns. It's how the weather works. It's how ecosystems thrive, how galaxies spin. There's the famous butterfly effect, that a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, causes a tornado in Texas. It's part of this same theory. Tiny movements in a wild system can lead to massive, seemingly magical results. And you, my friend, are a wild system. Creativity doesn't come from control. It comes from risk, from trying something weird. See what happens. The wild the wild inside of you. Like, what part of you is trying to scribble right now inside of some kind of lines? Let it loose a little bit. You know, the part of us that's wild is the part that, like, when you go to those if you've ever seen those crazy churches online or whatever, we're like, oh, and they start speaking in tongues and they start like losing their minds. Like, that is like, we're so interested in that kind of stuff because it's wild. It's not a flaw. It's often the birthplace of brilliance. Wildness is the birthplace of brilliance. The wild world of wonder. I kind of want to talk about, when I talk about wildness, I kind of like the idea of talking about wonder too, because wonder, like, is a wild, and wonder comes from an Old English word wonder, Wundor, which means a marvel, a thing of astonishment. And wonder requires wildness. You can't plan a moment of awe. It's like I was driving home today and I opened my eyes and I see these mountains in front of me with the orange and the yellow and the magenta. And I'm just taken to this wild, wonderful energy of wonder. And so much of this life is about domestication. You know, if you've read the Four Agreements, then you know about domestication. It's like how to be productive, how to stay on the brand, how to fit in. But you didn't come here to be tidy. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't. If you come and look at my office, then you'll see I did not come here to be tidy. I came here and you came here to burn bright, howl loud, and bloom ferociously. Say it. I burn bright. I howl loud. I bloom ferociously. Of course, Ernest Holmes says that what we look at, we reflect back, right? So what we focus upon will grow and grow bigger. So what if we thought a little more wildly? What if we let go of these beliefs that we have to tame ourselves to be lovable, or that wildness is the path, not the obstacle? In New Thought, we believe that divine intelligence runs through all things, and that includes the swirling galaxies and the wildflowers, and that includes you and your unpredictable, magical impulses. So please, my invitation tonight is to stay wild, stay true, don't get smaller, don't get quieter, don't get safer, get wilder. Write the weird poem, paint with your fingers, make the house that Lorraine made. You know, do the weird thing, go to the class, speak the truth that might shake the room, laugh until your belly aches. Scream at the stars, make art with your pain, make joy from nothing at all. Let the untamed part of you out a little bit. Because that's where the good stuff lives. In the wild, in the wonder, in the you that's never been fully domesticated. So let's just take a deep breath together. Right now, just feel that heartbeat, that drum of the wild inside of you. And please stay wild, stay wonderful, stay you. And let us, to close this little talk, can we please all howl? Ow! And so it is. So that is your teeny tiny talk. And I wrote my affirmation card today. Remember to be wild and free. That's my affirmation card. I always show off my stack. This is 42 now of these cards. I just love that. I love things like this that we do one every week, and then you start to see what happens, right? You start to see how one little thing after the other, and like if you're putting your things up on the wall, you see, oh, wow, we've really done a lot of work here. I look around my room and there's just like, you got the wings from last week over here. You got this here, you got little "you are wonderful" notes everywhere from that week. It's just, we're making a lot of good, even if it's just cute little cutout things and poems and poetry and all kinds of stuff. But your affirmation cards matter. So for your home play this week, get a little wild. Get a little wild. And by this, I mean try something new, do something new, eat something new. Just, if you've never had oysters, get wild. I don't know. Do something different. Take a step outside of your box. If you always order the same thing at the restaurant, if you always take the same route or route, if you always say route, say route. Try something new this week. I'm going to take my own advice. You know what I'm going to try to do this week, you guys? I'm going to try to be my own boss to the way like that. Normally I just like let spirit, move me whenever I feel like creating, I create whenever I feel like, but I think I'm going to get up in the morning like a normal person, like a 9 to 5, and get down at my sewing machine in the morning because I'm very creative first thing. Oh, Jeannie says she's walking on glass Saturday and doing a mud run on Sunday. You're doing so many great things, Jeannie. I love watching you, and your pictures on the pulpit from this past week were so gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I'm going to have to go back and watch that talk. And honestly, you are one of the main reasons I'm thinking of doing the consciousness class, because I feel like it would be so fun to be in class with you.
It
So,
would be. It's been
yeah, so
fun being in class together.
maybe drop me a note yesterday or tomorrow encouraging me to join, because I'm still on the fence. I'm on the fence because I've got a lot going on with Ministar and travels. And on that note, I will, before we do our closing meditation, I do want to say once again that November 22nd, I'll be in New York City. And if you've not gone in a while, or if you've never been, it's such a wonderful time of year there. It is magical there. It is the week before Thanksgiving, so it's slightly affordable to fly in and fly out. My show is, I don't know, 30, 40, $50. It's like nothing. And I'm just really excited. I really want to get a group in New York. So I'm going to start pushing it and promoting it. So if you know anybody in the New York area, whether it's in Jersey or outside, who has a train ride into the city, please say, go see my friend, because it's hard to get people out in the city. And and things have changed for us too, because AJ was going to be going with me and she can't go because of her ankle. So I don't want to cancel the trip. I want to move forward with it. So help me stay positive about it. Encourage me to just keep going with that. And, the thing that I'm noticing about Ministar is that it's one performance at a time, kind of like the affirmation cards. Like every time I do it, I flex the muscle again. I try again. I do it again. I try again. I do it again. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to spotlight Christy to lead us in a little closing meditation to remind us to be wild and free.
Oh, thank you. So let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Feel your body, this sacred animal of yours, alive and breathing. Feel that. Beneath your skin, a wilderness pulses, a forest of heartbeat, bone, and blood. Feel that pulse. And imagine your feet growing roots into the earth. Wild, tangled, ancient roots, connecting you to every creature who has ever run free. Feel that. I'm going to say that again. Imagine your feet growing roots into the earth. Wild, tangled, ancient roots, connecting you to every creature who has ever run free. Now imagine a wind moving through your chest, rustling the wildflowers of your soul. It whispers, you are free. Free to laugh too loud, free to make a mess, free to follow your own rhythms, your own seasons, your own strange and beautiful nature. Free. Free to be. So take a deep breath in and feel that freedom in your ribs. And as you exhale, let go of any need to be tamed. And whisper to yourself, I am wild. I am whole. I am free. Say that again. I am wild. I am whole. I am free.
Slay in the dark, gonna make good today. In the dark, gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. I'm Mamie from the GOG, Garden of Good Creativity. We get free, be me, working effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Give, live, and love. In a God gonna dig big and trust.